what is the best part about treatment ending?
I mean, I think that we really came to understand each other in a much deeper and more profound way during treatment, because so often in a relationship or in a marriage, you just kind of, you know each other and you know what you're like and you just know your routines and life goes on, and all of a sudden you're thrown into this very strange world where you're seeing doctors all the time and having scans and chemotherapy and radiation and surgery and strange symptoms and side effects, and it's a very scary place to be, and it's really nice to leave that place and return to some level of normalcy, even if you recognize that, yeah, you're going to have these, a new level of worries with you in your life ahead. So I think that the best thing was to sort of withdraw a little bit from that extreme medical environment, which is very intense, and just chill out a little bit and realize, what, we have time to do things that we want to do now, and even if it's something as simple as taking a walk around the block on a nice summer evening, that's really special. And maybe before treatment you would have felt like, oh, we've too much going on, we're too stressed, you can't find time for ourselves. So I think one of the best things is sort of coming to this understanding that it's okay to take time for things that give you pleasure, that's very important, and not to kind of get caught back up in the same rat race that you're in before.
Do you think it's helpful for men to go to follow-up visits and hear from doctors and find out what the future holds, medically speaking?
Yeah, I think it is very helpful. I mean, it can be very stressful for a lot of women, and I know it's tough for Marcia sometimes to go back to doctors, and you have that certain fear, like, what if they find something? And sometimes they do find something, and it's just always better if the partner is there with the spouse. I mean, sometimes it's not possible because of work schedules and commitments and things, but I do try to go from time to time. I mean, as time goes by, I go less and less, for sure. I think that's human nature. But yeah, there are times when I've gone. There are times when a mammogram was inconclusive and Marcia had to go see her breast surgeon for a follow-up, and it's like, I was absolutely going to be there with her, because you just don't know how these moments will play out, and you sort of have learned that from the months of treatment you've gone through.
Do men struggle with wanting the old normal back?
I think it just depends on the guy, for sure. I mean, I've met couples whose marriages fell apart after cancer, where the husband, went through treatment with the wife, but then something just wasn't working in the relationship afterwards. And a lot of times, sort of the husband just had expectations that the wife would be exactly who she was before cancer, and she wasn't, and things had changed, and her priorities might have changed. And other couples I've seen grow closer together going through this, because you really are fighting a war together. And the husband's role, to me, is to be the caregiver, not to be the battalion leader. You don't go out there and make decisions for your wife, and you don't cure cancer, but you have to be there to support her and to help her make decisions if she asks for your advice, and to just really care for her and listen to her. And that can really bring a couple closer together, for sure.